Not a mom. But delightful too. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Piehler!
Thank you. Holy cow, how funny was Amy? Wow. I am so excited to be here performing comedy in front of the universal backdrop where all the drive-bys happened. Just imagine. Thank you. I'm a trained meme, I think you can tell. So, I am half German and half WASP, which means that one side of me is obsessed with order and efficiency, and the other side just wants to sting you. Yeah. And so being of that sort of background, you may not be able to tell, up here, I'm exceptionally pale, such that when I go out at night, I actually have to put on a moon screen. And also partly because of my genetics, I am a hopeless dancer. You know, they talk about the white man's overbite, right? I can't even do that. I have the white man's underbite. So every time I get on stage, every time I get on the dance floor, I look like a pug. And I have one dance move, which is the Belinda Carlisle. So this is me at a wedding. It's great. So as you can tell from the Belinda Carlisle reference, I grew up in the 80s. This section was not born in the 80s, so I'm going to make this brief. Oh, okay. Well, you look very great. Holy cow. Now that I'm blocking the light, wow. Can we talk later? Okay. Grew up in the 80s, and I have one very powerful memory of the 80s, which was the day that my brother wore 3 popped collars at once. It was unbelievable. He had a polo tucked into a rugby, tucked into an Oxford. It was the turducken of shirts. So do we have any cat people here tonight? Cat people, good. So I've always had lots of animals. I'm kind of partial to the cats. I used to have a cat and a dog, and there was a lot of competition for affection. And the dog had the puppy dog eyes and the rolling over and the licking your hand, and the cat had a lawyer. Cat lawyer. I can tell you some stories. Well, actually I can't, because Fluffy made me sign a gag order. And recently, a couple years ago actually, I got a couple kittens, and I showed this friend of mine this picture of these 2 adorable kittens that I was gonna get, and just broke my heart open with joy. And she looked at the picture and she said, "Aw, you know they're gonna die, right?" So mean. Sorry, I'm getting a little choked up actually just thinking about that prospect 15 years from now. So yes, I have 2 cats, and living with cats is kind of like living with drunks. They'll come and cuddle with you in the middle of the night if they feel like it, but no matter how great you are to them, about once every 2 weeks they will piss in your shoes. So I have relatives in the South, some of whom are really adamant about the fact that Jesus is a white man. And I will have the conversation with them, and they'll say, "Read your Bible. Read your Bible." You take a look at Crustaceans 12:14, and it says, no, you listen to me. It says, "And lo, he had skin like the milk that flew from the milk jar." And I say, okay, if he was this pale white guy living in the desert before sunscreen, how come he didn't get a suntan? Well, you read your Bible. No, you read your Bible, because it says in Dalmatians 3:17, you read your Bible. You read your Bible. And I said, I don't want to read my Bible. I want to read your Bible. Because that sounds fun. And they said, no, you read your Bible. It says, Lo, and when the son of Judea became too powerful for the son of the Lord, he did don the ceremonial trucker cap. And here's the thing. If they want to worship a picture of redneck Jesus, I say great. But you have to go all the way with it. Because redneck Jesus turned water into wine coolers. And redneck Jesus did not walk on water. He took a jet ski. And redneck Jesus, you know this for a fact. Read your Bible and you will find this. Redneck Jesus had the Last Supper at a Denny's. So my dad has Parkinson's. Yeah. You may know it as Michael J. Fox disease. And it's not funny, it's no joke, it sucks. On the plus side, if you give my dad a pint of cream to hold, in 5 minutes you've got fresh butter. So I see a couple people have their phones out. People love the texting, right? People communicate entirely by texting. I prefer sub-texting. So I just got the light, and in case you don't know what that means, it's this, and that means you have a minute left, right? And I believe this should not be just at comedy shows. This should be everywhere in life. So if you're at a party and someone's telling you how great it is to be a vegan, you can go, and you know you're going to be out there in 60 seconds. Or maybe you're in this relationship that is otherwise okay, except for his hands smell like feet. And you don't want to have that awkward conversation. You can just go, and it'll be over. And that way, every relationship will end the same way, with somebody saying, well, that's my time. Thank you very much. Have a great night.